Hello everyone and welcome to another round of this quite brilliant KA Endurance series where we race these awesome little 1.3 litre Ford KAs around mega tracks in the UK. Now this is my first season in motorsport. I've been a sim racer and enjoyer of racing games all my life. But this year I had the opportunity with a team called Pro Am to try and see if I can do it not just in a sim but in real life as well and in the real world. Now, this is my fourth race so far this year. We've raced at Silverstone, Donington and Anglesey with a P4 at Silverstone, a P2 at Donington and a P6 at Anglesey. I am heading into this weekend with some confidence. I have my sim racing partner with me, Josh Benson, for the first time. He used to race in Formula Ford, but now he finds himself sharing a Ford KA with me. So yeah. Poor guy, really. But we also have Jack joining us for this one as well. He races with Pro Am, but in a different series involving the Renault Clio. Overall then, we do have a strong team and we can fight at the very top. But this is a difficult track, extremely difficult. And we have a 3-hour race, and 3-hour races are no joke. So the question is, can we finally get our first win? I'll be starting this race, and I'll be starting in P8. Let's find out. Alrighty then, here we are on the starting grid. Rolling start for this one. We are starting in P8. I'm behind the 131 car. Left-hand side. And during this moment, I'm just trying to stay as close to the 131 as I can and trying to look out for the lights as well, which when you're actually starting the race like here now, the lights have gone out, but it's just so tough to see. It's incredibly difficult to see where the lights are. But we are underway as we all try and find our way around turn one with so many cars heading into it. It's quite difficult. I go for the outside line, trying to maintain the speed, keep that speed up, easy to scrub off the speed there, but I actually managed to get two around the outside of turn one and almost have a cheeky little move down the inside of the 131 as we go into Montreal turn two there. Side by side there, tiny bit of contact, but absolutely nothing really in the grand scheme of things. But two corners done, and your boy has managed to move himself up to P6, and yet again getting very, very close to the 131 as we go through Palmer Corner, which is turn 3, and then eyeing ourselves up for our breaking point in turn 4. I had a cheeky little look behind because I didn't want the car behind to overtake me. I wanted to defend that turn. Turn 4 as I go into second gear. Look for the exit. Two wheels on the curb, straight up into third gear, and I managed to successfully defend from the car behind. Super easy to just, you know, look at the guy up ahead and then the driver behind you can easily just send it down the inside if you're not careful. Nice and early on the brakes here, two wheels on the inside curb. The 131 gets too close to the car up ahead, so he has to back out, and that leaves the door open for me. So as I go through now Williams, I've managed to put myself into P5. So half a lap done, and I've managed to go up 3 positions so far. So 2 cars taken into turn 1, and as I go through Williams, I believe it was this Ferrari up ahead here. I say Ferrari, it's quite funny really. It had like white stripes, red colour, and had a little Ferrari badge on the front, so I kept calling it Ferrari. But anyways, yeah, we go under the bridge. This is without a doubt one of the most difficult corners I have ever had to drive as that car goes off and does get an off track. He gets a warning there. So yeah, one of the most difficult corners under the bridge. Absolutely incredibly difficult. So easy to lock the rears and to lose it as you try and carry momentum. And yeah, it's a horrible sausage curve on the inside. And then this corner here, a long right-hander, completely flat, really nice and tight. See the green patch on the right, hard on the brakes, but not too much, so the rear doesn't step out too much. And then you want to rotate the thing over to the left-hand side, and again miss that sausage curb on the inside because it is a killer. 3 laps later, I'm still behind the Ferrari KA, shall we say. Getting a nice bit of tow. I'm quite close to the front pack now. Shift it down into second gear. Get that exit. Just managed to get the fronts to grip up there. Get a nice exit. But this is where the 151 in front of me, the Ferrari, shall we say, has a bit of a misshift. And I go for a very, very audacious move up the inside. Force that car almost off the track there as we go into Oggies. which is a really tough, tight right-hander in third gear. I go around the outside, and I just have enough momentum to get the move done. But as we go through Williams, we have a long straight now, and the toe is very, very, very strong here. But I don't know what it was, but the car that day felt absolutely mega. So I tried my best. I stuck to the left-hand side as if to say, mate, I'm not going to let you have this position. You're going to have to really fight for it if you want it. I want this P4. So unfortunately, he decides to not go for it. And also the Auto Shine car behind managed to get the move done as we go under the bridge and through that very, very tricky corner. And that is now P4. Now, by the end of the lap, you can see the gap to P3 is quite large with the rest of the pack. So, the next lap, I pushed as hard as I could. I managed to get the fastest lap at that point and got myself back on to the lead pack again. Now, down the straight, the centre straight here, I've basically had the toe of the car in front of me for the whole straight, and it just means I had a really, really good top end by the end of the straight, and I was completely flat into turn one, and you can see the cars up ahead will start to fight again. A massive lock up by the 81, and that just means I can just edge closer and closer. And you can see by the end of turn two, I'm really, really close to the rear bumper of the 81. By the end of that lap, they just stretch out a little bit, not too much, few car lengths, and they seem to go almost 3 wide there, and I take that opportunity to just stick to my line, take the inside and the exit of turn one, and I just about squeeze past the 95 there, just about put myself into P3, but the 95 was having absolutely none of it. Braked really late. Nice move, to be fair. They got me around the outside, and they just got the exit as well, so nothing I can really do here because it's a flat out left-hander, and going side by side is a big no-no. It's not going to work out for either. So I just back off a little bit, tuck behind the 95, and decide to get the toe instead. Now we're going to go into turn 4 here. It looks like the 95 does go defensive. I'm not thinking of going for a move for now. This is probably not the time or the place. I am wary of the two in front of me as well. Also wary of the Ferrari behind me. Almost a little bit too wary there as I completely and utterly misshift there, and that means the Ferrari KA manages to get a move done on the inside, and yeah, it's just you can't go 2 cars wide there. As much as I tried, I end up running wide. So a couple laps later then, you can see this is a real dogfight for the lead here. So we're back into P4 once more, and you can actually see I'm going to go for a move around the outside of the 81. Then the Ferrari KA has actually moved itself up to P2 now. So I've got a move done around the outside, as late on the brakes as I dare, late on the brakes as I dare, and we managed to get a move done around the outside, just like the 95 did to us a couple laps earlier. We managed to do to that car there. So we're now up to P3, and this is where things get a little bit interesting, because these two are side by side. I have got a massive toe, so you can see the top end difference. Car coming out of the pit, so I've got to be wary of that. It looks like the 95's compromised line a little bit, so I do have a run once more, and I'll try and go for a move down the inside into 2, see if I can actually get this move done this time, because they managed to get me last time, and it looks like I'm going to fail once again. That outside line, you know, in 2, it's quite difficult to defend. A little bit of contact there with the wing mirror, but just about manages to stay on. And yeah, once again, decide to back out of 3. There's no point going side by side at that corner. Down the Bentley straight, the 95 has a great run thanks to the toe. And they're going to go side by side under the bridge. Extremely brave, and I'm just going to try and set myself up here for a nice exit. Now, you will have just missed that, but the Ferrari there, should we say, just went a bit wide, and I believe that was enough for them to get a drive through. And as the 95 goes for a move down the inside of that Ferrari KA, I managed to sneak up down the inside as well. And I do have a run here. I do have a run going into Williams. I do have my nose there, and there is some contact, and that is so close. That is so close to spinning the car out. Now, I've got a real problem, because I've got P3 and 4 side by side. We're all in line, so we're going 3 wide down the Bentley straight here. But just watch this. You see I've got the toe. All of a sudden, I start to pull it back. So I've overtaken the 81 on the right-hand side. I've only got the Ferrari K on the left-hand side to worry about. Very late on the brakes. Just manage to squeeze in front of him there and just managed to hold on to P2 just about, but wow, that was close. That was seriously close. Some really good racing there. 3 wide going into the tunnel there. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But you know, I had the toe, so nice and brave. And yeah, managed to get the move done. Now P1 here goes for a different line, goes out wide, then tucks back in. But I managed to get a really nice run out of the last corner there. Murray's turn 12, and we're back on the centre straight again, so the home straight. And you can see I've got a lovely bit of toe now. I've got a lovely bit of toe. So if I'm going to take the lead, it's now or never. This is the opportunity to take the lead, and that is exactly what I decide to do. So I just managed to get in front of it before turn 1, and that is me going from P8 to P1 in the opening stint in the first 25 minutes of this race. And I was, let me tell you, I was smiling. I was smiling from ear to ear. I could not believe it. As we go into turn 2, a little bit of a lock up there on the rear, so I go into second gear. And quite interestingly, the Ferrari KA once again showing its pace and is up to P2 now, up to P2. Now, I don't believe at this moment in time they realise, or they've been given a drive-through penalty. So you're only allowed 3 essentially off tracks in this race, and the Ferrari K behind me has got a 3rd one already in this 3rd stint. They didn't have a good time. Neither did I, actually, out of that last corner. I went into 5th instead of 3rd. And, yeah, I had that lead for about 2 laps, if that. And then threw it all away. I do have the toe here, but the cars behind me do have the toe as well. So 95 does look like he wants to get a move done, and I'm constantly looking at my mirrors to see if I can just about cut him off and just hold on to that P2 position, not lose anymore, and I just about managed to hang on. So P2 then, I'm going to have to work my buttocks off to try and get myself up into P1. So, nice and late on the brakes here. Try and open up that corner. A little bit of a lock up again. Easy to do. 2 wheels on the curb on the inside there. Nice lines. Off track or not off track? I'll let you guys decide in the comments. But we've managed to gain a 10th or 2 there through the first 2 corners. Like I said here, turn 3, it is completely flat. It is absolutely completely flat in these things, which is quite remarkable. Just like turn 1, really, to be able to go completely flat into the corner is quite something indeed. So yeah, the fact we're able to even do that is absolutely remarkable. You can see the Ferrari K there goes a bit wide, goes a bit deep, and again managed to gain a 10th or 2 on them. So we're getting closer and closer, and the toe really is helping me out here as we get we go through turn 5 there, Hamilton corner, and set ourselves up for Oggies. A very tough corner actually. You brake with the board marker on the left hand side, 2 wheels on the inside curb, and then it's really on the edge if you're going to run wide there. So you know, you really have to have you have to be really brave to go through there, I think, to carry as much speed as you can and not actually run wide. And you can see now the momentum I've got actually out of 7, out of Williams there, is quite strong. And you can see the toe, and you can see the 151 here is really trying to just get me out of the draft. So I pretend I'm going to go around the outside, then go for a move up the inside, because I did not fancy going outside of a car going under the tunnel there. And I just about managed to outbrake them. I just about get it into 3rd gear, flick it in, and I get myself back up into P1. So I get the lead once again after losing it just a lap ago. So for the next hour, all I had to do was just keep the thing in the lead. How hard can it be, right? How hard can it be? But I managed to do it, and then finally, with just an hour and about 50 minutes to go on the clock, it was time for me to box.
How do you feel like you did?
I think I did alright. I'm shattered though, I'll be honest. I honestly didn't think it was going to go that way. I didn't think it was going to go that way. I feel so lightheaded.
Yeah, you need a drink?
That was something, man. That was something. That was unbelievable.
Well done, man.
Cometh the hour, cometh the tripod. Finally, Josh makes his debut in the Ford KA, and straight out of the door, he is very, very, very quick, but he has to deal with some traffic. As you can see, these two in front of him were very, very slow. It cost him a load of time, a bucket load of time. And just after that, a few laps later, he got caught behind another lap car as well. It was quite a frustrating kind of first 10-15 minutes for Josh, I think, in the car. Definitely knew he had the pace. The pace was really, really good. Every time he had a clean lap, the delta was going green. And once again, he's coming up to some lap traffic here. He manages to go 3 wide as he tries to get the move done. He gets one position here, and he's down the inside under the tunnel. But I don't really know why this lap car here decides to go for a move down the inside. Josh just sees it and reacts to it, and he almost bins it. Just manages to collect it, but it's just time that we were losing to P2, who at this point were running very, very quickly indeed. And then, yeah, he manages to catch back up with him again, but you can just see they're fighting each other, and yeah, just when you're trying to fight through the traffic and you're the leader and you come up to two people that are, you know, fighting side by side, it's very, very difficult to get past. And what might also not be known by the drivers in the cars up ahead, that they don't know that Josh is the leader. They don't know. They might think this is just for position. So yeah, you don't really know. There are blue flags, but it didn't really seem to affect, unfortunately, the cars that Josh was trying to get ahead of here. But he does manage to get ahead of one finally, and he is just quickly approaching the car in front of him as well. So yeah, has to, well, you can see here his frustration. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's a lot. So he decides, you know what, sod it, I'm going to go around the outside on the last corner, well, turn 11 here, which is a move that you very, very, very rarely see. But again, you can see this lap car just not wanting really to give it up or give Josh the place at all. So Josh is actually fighting this lap car, and the lap car tries to keep it unbelievably from Josh in the last corner. So Josh has a horrible exit, but manages to get the move done. But whenever he had a clean lap, Josh was quick. At one point, he even set the fastest lap of the race. At one point, he did set the fastest lap, and it was a 28.3, I think. And to put that into context, my fastest lap was a 29.1, I think, in the end. So yeah, he ended up going 9 tenths quicker than what I could do, which is just incredible, really, for his debut. But he just did so well. He did really, really well, and you can see just when he could get past the traffic easily, he was flying, absolutely fine. But by the end of this stint, he came into the pits and he had led every single lap of his stint. And I don't know about you boys and girls, but set the fastest lap at one point, leading every single lap, leading for the whole stint, and dealing with that traffic, that's not a bad stint at all, is it? That is not a bad stint at all. So, stint over, driver swap time, we're still in the lead. It's time for Jack to get in the car.
They both stop at a very similar time, at a very similar place.
Well fucking done, mate. Well, that was really fucking good, man. That was really fucking good, dude. That was really good.
Who's going to be quicker away, because they both start at a very similar time at a very similar place. Will it be George Wright? Will it be Jack?
They're actually going to go in, and now the 46 are about to jump in the car. That's going to be George Wright. He's now got to quickly get in, and now he'll be able to. No, he's still not quite in. He needs to be clicked in, and this is an absolute travesty. It's not quite the fastest stop, but they're losing valuable seconds, being pushed out back into the pit lane. They're now going to get launched, and now get those wheels spinning, and now the battle really is.